get it. Some of our people are not going to get it. Some of our people are going to move forward. Some of our people are not going to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Some of our people are going to evolve. Some of our people are going to choose not to. The human race was a big experiment, and you see it. You see it. The humans were meant to work. They were not meant to live long. You actually extended their life by mixing your seed with them because your bloodline was supposed to go on way longer than theirs, and you actually shortened your bloodline. That's why y'all dying at 40 and 50 and 60 years old. Y'all was in the old, y'all was dying early, like them, because your genetics were infected by theirs. Their genetics are incomplete. These almond beings, or this God race who created the human race, they did not perfect the human genetics. The white man today, your white scientists, are trying to perfect the human genetics. Because when they use their genetics, the almond beings use their genetics, i.e. their intelligence, so that they can send messages to the humans to expand their brain a little bit so they can follow orders, and they use the animal genetics from the single-celled amoeba. What ended up happening was that it didn't take all the way. The genetics didn't take all the way. That's why you notice you see a lot of the white men, the East Indians, and all these people, the Asians, they have these weird genetic defects. When they come out looking like animals, they come out with their face covered in fur. Hind legs like a goddamn dog or a hyena. All kind of weirdness. Your human race is comprised of your East Indians, your Chinese, your so-called Native Americans who were a mixture of your black and your Chinese and your white race, your Caucasian, your Caucasoid Asian. You understand that? You're not part of the black race. You're not part of the human race. Your real black race from the human race is your East Indians. We are eternal people. We don't have a start date. We were always in existence. If you don't understand that, what I mean by that is that you start time and you start counting things by creation. We were not created. We were already here. You understand that? We set about procreation or produced creation within the human race. We started bloodline moving forward. We created that in them, but when we gave them our genetics to foster the slave race. And what happened? They turned it around. When y'all mixed your genetic with them, they turned it around on y'all and they ended up enslaving you. Because you started thinking of your creation, you forgot. You started thinking that they were like you. And they knew deep down you weren't like them. They came from the animals. They have fur. That's not hair on their head. That's fur. Look at the horse. Look at the horse's fur. The mane on the horse, the fur on the dog. Look at the fur on the gorilla and that monkey. And you look at the white man and the rest of the human race. The East Indians, they all got fur on them. You see some cases where they covered in damn fur. Like the animal. You were made or manifested in the solar contained world. You were already you came from another world into this one. And that's reality. Whether our people want to accept it or not. See, because our people don't want to accept this fact that our people from the ancient world was telling us this. The pharaohs in Egypt, they were saying that they was the sons of the gods. They was telling you this. You still believe this nonsense about that we all the same and whatnot, and that, we all human. We are not all human. The white man and the East Indians and the Chinese, and they human. We're not. We are the almond race. We are the natural manifestations of that God race that created the world. But you're out of connection with these people mentally. You're out of connection with this supreme race, this advanced race of highly intelligent beings. They're the ones that gave technology to the planet. They're the ones that pushed the evolution of the planet forward, pushed man's intelligence, mankind intelligence forward. They did that. You have a carbon coating on your skin. You do not have melanin. Melanin is an artificial coloring that was given to the East Indians. That's melanin. That can fade out. That's how you got your white race. You don't have melanin in your skin. Stop saying that. We have a carbon coating base on our skin.
This is not just
This is not melanin. This is not color. This is a carbon base. This is something that can't come out. You can take the color or what you perceive to be a color or complexion out, but you can't take the coating off. That's what made you different. It was coated by sunlight. That was coated by sunlight. You have a solar plex in you. You are governed by heat. Heat makes things rise. Your hair rises. I said that you all are vibrating on a levitate. You also have access to levitational lips, not just gravitational pull. See, but the white man, he's tapping into that knowledge that you're supposed to have. You blacks are supposed to be levitating right now. Y'all supposed to be able to start taking flight in a minute. You can rise by way of heat. You carry heat in your body. You carry heat and vibration in your body. You come from a world that moves in unlimited space. These people were created here. They were not created for you to mate with. They were not created for you to live with. The human race was put here the same way to be used and utilized by the God race of the animals. They were supposed to be worked, and then when they finished, at about the age of 40 or 50, they were supposed to go into the ground, not in a coffin, not in a crypt, but into the ground as just straight out into the ground, just buried into the ground. And the purpose for burying the humans into the ground was so that the same way with the animals, how the animals brought up vegetation, their body was supposed to serve as fertilizer too, because the human body is biodegradable. Your body is not biodegradable. Some of you whose body decomposes, because some of y'all got white genetics in y'all, or they put the embalming fluid in, but your body's not supposed to decompose. That's why you were given crypts and coffins, and you were given, because the white man got that from you, burying in coffins and crypts and mausoleums, of which they got from Egypt. They got that from you because we didn't break down into the earth. We were supposed to go into coffins and sarcophaguses and things like that. They would just throw each other in the damn ground and let the maggots and the ants and stuff eat them. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen with your human race. They learn burial and crypts and things like that from us. But if you notice, the humans were programmed mentally to die. That's why the white man has a fascination. The East Indian, all of them have a fascination with death. They always doing stuff that's putting their life in danger because death is always calling them. They have a fascination with death because they were born to die. They were born to work and die and go into the planet and feed the earth. The earth eats. The earth eats. It breaks down things. It returns things to you by way of vegetation, by way of fuel, fossil fuel. You're still using the fossil fuel from the damn dinosaurs to heat your homes and go into cars. You didn't think the almond beings knew that? That's why they brought them here. They brought the dinosaurs here so that they could go into evolving the planet. Your purpose on the planet, black man and black woman, is to be overseers on the planet. The planet was being gotten ready for you. You were supposed to be watching over the planet. You were supposed to be part of a division of that God race that was supposed to watch the planet. That's why, if you notice, the white man, when he gets in certain positions, when he hires a guard or somebody to guard, bodyguard, whatnot, that's all knowledge. He's hiring you to guard his body. Y'all, the black man, the biggest black man to guard his body. Why? Because you were supposed to be overseeing him. He has you in his house being butlers to him. He has you to confer with whatnot because you were supposed to be his overseer. You are his God. You're not supposed to be in the same timeline with them. You're supposed to be moving in an evolutionary line, not in a revolutionary rotation like them. You're not supposed to be moving in the circle of human life. You're not supposed to be mixing your seed with them. They're supposed to be moving in a little rotation. You're supposed to be moving in a timeline toward evolution, evolving into this God race on Earth. But y'all stop, mix your seed with them, and look at where you are now. Look at where you are now under them. Outcast. You understand? The world is out of order because y'all out of order. You out of order in these religions. You out of order in these philosophies and his orders and things like that. Because the God race is not receiving intelligence on earth today. You are the remnants of that God race. You're not supposed to be within their effort. You're not supposed to take part in anything in their life. You're supposed to let the cycle of life play out. You understand that? You're supposed to let the cycle of life play out. Leave them people alone. There's a reason why why the white man and them are racist towards you. You know why they really racist towards you? Why they hang you off trees, why they kill you and whatnot, and why they did what they did to you? You know why they did that to y'all? I'm gonna tell you, give you the real answer tonight. You know why they really racist? One reason is because you're not part of their race. You're not part of their race. And what do animals do when people who are not one of them? What does an animal do? It attacks you, does it not? Does an animal not attack you when you come amongst it and you're not part of that animal group? It's not an animal territorial? You're not part of what they're part of. You don't understand it. See, you recognize your part. The thing with you black people is y'all recognize the part of yourself and them from when you put your genetics, you put some of your genetics in them so that they could become thinking beings, but they don't recognize that in you, but you're still foreign to them. You understand? Because that's the animal that comes out in them. They connect to the lower side of themselves. You understand? They connect, and the majority of them, because the vibration on this planet is low, they connect to the lower side themselves, which is the animal side. They don't connect to the higher side of themselves, which is supposed to be you. Some of them do. That's your good white people and your good East, the ones who, who take care of the planet, plant the trees, and they don't want to hurt nobody and then things like that. That's them connecting to that part of themselves that's in you, that you put in them to be peaceful, loving people. But the majority of them, they connect to that lower self, that animal in them. That's why they kill you, attack you, hang you on trees. The human race, your East Indians, your white, your Arabs, your white men, all of them are born degenerated. You understand? That's why if you look at them, you look at what happens to them when they get old. They start looking weird, like start growing hair all out of their face and all kind of out their ears and stuff like that. And some of our people do that because we got some of them out their blood in our genes. You understand? They start to break down. They start getting weird diseases. That's a part of that experiment that wasn't completed. The almond beings did not perfect the human genetics. They didn't mean to. Their whole point was to just get them up to a point where they could just work. And they stopped. What the white man today is doing, the white scientists today, they trying to pick up where the almond beings, the God race left off. They trying to perfect the human genetics. You understand? They're trying to perfect the human genetics. Because they know it's flaws in the human genetics that the God race left purposely. You didn't have any flaws in your genetics. You didn't have Down syndrome and Tourette's and cancer and all this weird, Lou Gehrig disease and all that stuff they was coming up with, because those are human defects. Those defects come from the animal and the animal mixture. Those are animal diseases. Those are animal defects. That's what happened when the almond beings crossed their genetics with the animals and created the human race. There was defects. They didn't take. You understand that? Why you think the human race, when they started going, when they started going to doing transplants, they went and got animals to transplant their heart. They took animal hearts and stuff because they the same as the animals. That's why they took pig hearts and pig organs and intestines and hearts from the pig and things like that, because they the same thing. Black people are not the original people. We are the eternal people. We don't have a beginning, nor do we have a real ending. This means everything in our future, to our future evolution. We had to know this. We had to know this knowledge. The time is now for the evolution of our people. The time is now for the evolution of our people.